All right, welcome. Today we're going to dive into a science experiment that it feels like magic. We're going to explore how you can literally make music from a glass of water.
So, can you really turn water into music? It sounds like a trick question, right? But believe it or not, the answer is a huge yes. And the science behind it is just fascinating. Best part? You don't need a fancy lab, just a little curiosity.
And this is what we're talking about. The instrument we're going to build and understand today is called the glass harp. It's such a cool demonstration of physics that you can literally put together in your own kitchen.
Okay, so first up, let's break down the big idea here. We're going to see how just a few glasses and some plain old water can actually produce a whole musical scale. It's a classic experiment, and it just beautifully shows the connection between the physical world and the sounds we hear every day.
All right, enough talk. Let's get our hands dirty, right? Now, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can set this up at home. It is incredibly easy, so seriously, feel free to follow along with me.
So, what do you need? Your shopping list is super simple. Just grab 5 clear glasses. It helps if they're all the same type. Some tap water, a regular metal spoon, and a tray to keep everything nice and tidy. Chances are you have all this stuff lying around your house already.
Okay, here's how it's done. It's really simple. First, line up your glasses and fill them up with different amounts of water. Start with one almost full, then a little less, and the next one, and so on. Then, you just gently tap the rim of each glass with your spoon. And listen, you'll hear the sound. From there, you can play around with it. Add a little water here, pour a little out there, to fine-tune the notes and create your very own musical scale. Now, I know it's exciting, but before we get too carried away making beautiful music, let's quickly talk about a few important safety tips. It's a simple experiment, but you always want to be prepared.
Okay, first off, that tray, it's not just to look professional, it's actually super important for keeping the glasses stable so they don't tip over. Second, try not to fill the glasses all the way to the top, because that's just asking for a spill. And last but not least, like with any experiment, it's always a good idea to wash your hands when you're all done.
Okay, so you've made your glass harp, you've tapped out a little tune, but how? Why does this even work? This is where things get really cool. We're about to pull back the curtain on the physics that turns a simple tap on a glass into music. So the whole secret, the key to this entire thing boils down to one word: frequency. See, when you tap the glass, it vibrates. Frequency is just how we measure how fast those vibrations are happening. If you get fast vibrations, you hear a high-pitched sound, and if you get slower vibrations, you hear a low-pitched sound. Simple as that. Okay, but where does the water fit in? You might think it's just sitting there for show, but no, it's a huge part of the equation. By adding weight, or mass, to the glass, the amount of water you use directly changes how fast that glass can vibrate. And that, in turn, changes the sound you hear. And this right here, this breaks it down perfectly. Look on the left. A glass with more water is heavier, right? That added weight slows down the vibrations. Slower vibrations mean you get a lower pitch. Now look on the right. A glass with less water is way lighter, so it can vibrate much faster. And faster vibrations create a higher tone. So if you remember one thing, remember this: more water, lower note. Less water, higher note. Okay, let's just step back for a second. This little setup isn't just a fun party trick. What you're seeing is a perfect example of some really fundamental physics playing out right there in your kitchen. It connects a super simple action to the really complex world of sound waves. Seriously, every single time you tap one of those glasses and hear that clean, clear note, you are literally watching the physics of sound happen in real time. You are directly changing the frequency of a vibration to make a specific pitch. It's science you can not only see, but actually hear. How cool is that? And this quote just nails it. This whole thing isn't just about frequency, but also that other magic word you see here: resonance. You can think of resonance as an object's natural happy place for vibrating. It's the sweet spot. When you tap the glass, you're hitting that sweet spot, and the sound just rings out. It's exactly like the quote says: a hands-on demo that connects everyday life with the physics of sound waves. And that kind of leaves us with a fun question to chew on, right? If a bunch of drinking glasses can be turned into a musical instrument, what else is sitting around your house, hiding a secret life of sound and vibration? What other everyday objects are just waiting for you to come along and play them?